Hello students, in the previous video lecture we have completed few easy terms of accounts. Right now we are not doing any chapter, we are only trying to understand few easy terms which are mostly used in accounts. So in the previous lecture we have completed the meaning of firm, capital, drawing, then liabilities and assets. These terms we have already completed. Once again, firm is the place where owner is doing or undertaking their business activity. The place from where owner is undertaking his business activities, that place is called firm. Capital, amount means cash, goods or asset invested by owner into the business. That amount, goods or asset is called capital. Drawing, cash, goods or asset withdrawn by owner for personal use. For personal use is called drawing. Drawing also reduces the total capital. Liabilities, we had explained liabilities in two ways: on the basis of relationship and on the basis of time period. On the basis of relation, liabilities are of two types: internal liabilities and external liabilities. And on the basis of time period, liabilities are of two types: non-current liabilities and current liabilities. Before that, what is liability? Any amount which is payable in future, any amount which we are required to or business is required to pay in future, that is called liability. And on the basis of relation, liability is of two types: internal and external. External liabilities is also known as liability towards third party. Now on the basis of time period, non-current liability and current liability. Current liability means short-term liabilities. Any liability which we have to pay within 1 year, that is called short-term liabilities. And the liabilities which takes more than 1 year to pay, then it becomes non-current liabilities. Now assets. What is assets? Assets are those resources with the help of which business unit or owners are able to do their business or are able to expand their business. Such resources are called assets. Assets are of different types. We have done non-current asset, then current asset, then fictitious asset. Fictitious assets. Non-current assets means long-term assets or fixed assets, which we are purchasing in order to establish our business. Fixed assets. We are not purchasing such type of assets for sale, for immediate sale. Or such fixed assets are not converted into cash easily and quickly. It takes a long time. Here we are purchasing these assets only for doing our business, only for expanding our business. Current assets are those assets which can be converted into cash quickly. Like a stock, whatever stock we have, after selling, it will be converted into cash. Fictitious asset, these are actually expenditure, but such expenditure gives benefit to the business, not for 1 year, for many years. We are doing expenditure in 1 year, but such expenditure gives benefit to business for many years. That's why such type of expenditure is considered as fictitious asset or deferred revenue expenditure. Because these expenditures are giving benefit, advantage to the business for many years. That's why such expenditures are considered as fictitious asset. And these expenditures are written off gradually over years. Means in 5 years or 6 years, business unit try to write off, finish this expenditure to compensate this expenditure out of their income. Now today we are going to do some new terms like types of revenue, types of expenditure or expenses, then depreciation, then solvent. And what is the meaning of solvent? Then insolvent, and last bad debts. आज ये टर्म्स हम पूरे कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद जो भी इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म्स और लगेंगे करके वी विल स्टार्ट आवर प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन. सभी टर्म्स करने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो टर्म्स हम प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन में भी स्लोली कर सकते हैं, बट यू मस्ट नो मीनिंग ऑफ रेवेन्यू, देन टाइप्स ऑफ रेवेन्यू, टाइप्स ऑफ एक्सपेंसेस, व्हाट इज डेप्रिसिएशन, बिकॉज टोटली दे आर न्यू वर्ड्स फॉर यू in commerce. And after that we will try to, in next lecture we will try to start practical questions, journal entries. Now first topic or first term is types of revenue. Types of revenue. Now what is the meaning of revenue? Revenue simple means income. Income earned by business unit by selling their products or services. Whatever products or whatever goods they are producing or whatever services they are providing, against that or in return whatever income they are earning, that income is called revenue. जो भी वस्तु या सेवा सर्विसेज हम किसी को देते हैं या बेचते हैं, उसके बदले में जो भी आवक आती है, दैट आवक इज कॉल्ड रेवेन्यू. Revenue is of two types. One is capital revenue. Capital revenue or capital income means, in short, in other way I can write capital receipts. The cash or income which we are earning or we are receiving, that is of two types, capital receipts and revenue receipts. Means income received by business unit. Income or cash received by business unit means revenue. Income received by business unit is classified into two parts: capital receipts, revenue receipts. Now what is capital receipts? These are such receipts which are not regular in nature. Means such type of receipts or such type of income business units are not receiving on a regular basis, that is not regular in nature. For example, capital receipts, whatever, suppose I had established a business and I had purchased a machinery for production. So my intention is not to sell the machinery, but after many years, 5 years, 10 years, when machinery is totally outdated, then I will try to sell this machinery. And after selling this machinery, whatever cash I will receive, that is called capital receipts, because this is not my intention to purchase machinery and this is not my business. ये मेरा बिजनेस नहीं है कि मशीनरी खरीदना और बेचना है. आई हैड परचेज मशीनरी फॉर प्रोडक्शन पर्पस. बिजनेस में मैंने ये खरीदा है प्रोडक्शन पर्पस के लिए, नॉट फॉर सेल. बट समय बीतने के साथ जब ये मशीन पुरानी हो जाएगी या आउटडेटेड हो जाएगी, मतलब ओल्ड टेक्नोलॉजी की हो जाएगी, तो वी विल ट्राई टू सेल एज स्क्रैप और सेकेंड हैंड, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सेकेंड हैंड बेचे या स्क्रैप भंगार में बेचे. तो जो भी पैसे इससे हमें मिलेंगे, दैट इज कॉल्ड कैपिटल रिसिप्ट्स, because we are receiving this cash not on regular basis. Regular basis here means we are not purchasing machinery, selling machinery, purchasing machinery, selling machinery, not like this. बहुत टाइम के बाद ये मशीनरी बेकार हो गई है तो बेचा है हमने उसे, तो जो भी इससे आपको पैसे मिले, that is called capital receipts. It means capital receipts are those type of income which are not regular in nature. Capital receipts. Revenue receipts, these are regular in nature. Regular in nature. First difference. Capital receipts are those receipts which are not regular in nature. For example, हम बैंक से लोन लेते हैं, बैंक लोन, suppose 5 lakh rupees I have taken. So I am not receiving 5 lakh rupees from bank on regular basis. ऐसा नहीं है कि दर महीने या after every quarter, after every 6 months I am taking loan from bank, same amount. So this is also known as capital receipts because we are receiving cash. Receiving cash is called receipts. So we are not receiving cash from bank on regular basis. अभी 5 लाख रुपए लिए हमने लोन, फिर जब जरूरत होगी, whenever we required for expansion of business, for modification of business, for modernization into the business, then we will take loan. But not this is not fixed in advance that हमको हर महीने 5 लाख रुपए या हर 6 महीने में 5 लाख रुपए बैंक से लेने. This is not fixed. When we required, when we need, again we will take loan. But that time period is not fixed. That's why such type of receipts are called irregular in nature. Irregular means not regular in nature. Now revenue receipts, these are the cash earned by business unit, cash receipt of business unit on regular basis. For example, our business is to sell the ready-made garments. So whenever we are selling ready-made garments like t-shirts, pants, trousers, jeans, we are receiving cash because this is our business. This is our main business. So on regular basis we are receiving cash by selling the goods. By selling the goods we are receiving cash. That's why that type of received amount is called revenue receipt because they are regular in nature. हमें मालूम है कि हम जब भी वस्तु बेचेंगे कुछ न कुछ पैसे हमें मिलते रहेंगे, बेचते रहेंगे वस्तु, पैसे मिलते रहेंगे. अनदर, अगर हमने कोई ऑफिस किसी को रेंट पे दिया हुआ है, ऑफिस गिवन ऑन रेंट, so we know that every month we will receive rent from that person to whom we had given office. उनको एक ऑफिस या एक दुकान हमने भाड़े पे दी है तो हमें मालूम है कि भाड़ा हर महीने हमें मिलता रहेगा. इसी तरह से अनदर पॉइंट, कमीशन रिसीव्ड. हम कोई काम करते हैं कमीशन बेसिस पे, एक मीन्स along with our business, main business, we are taking another business also, we are running another business also, and that business is based on commission. तो हमें मालूम है कि वो कमीशन हमें रेगुलर बेस पे मिलता रहेगा. तो such type of income which are regular in nature, that is called revenue receipts. And income which are not regular in nature means such type of income is totally unknown to us. This is totally unknown, unfamiliar. इसके बारे में कोई जानकारी नहीं होती है, ये अचानक कभी भी हमें ये आवक हो जाती है. और ये जो आवक है ये आवक हमें मालूम है कि हम जब भी वस्तु बेचेंगे वी विल गेट मनी. हमने भाड़े पे ऑफिस दिया हुआ है तो रेगुलर एवरी मंथ वी विल गेट रेंट, एवरी मंथ वी विल गेट कमीशन. हम जो काम कर रहे हैं ये काम जब तक हम करेंगे हमें कमीशन मिलता रहेगा. मीन्स दीज इनकम्स आर रेगुलर इन नेचर, दीज इनकम आर नोन टू अस, फैमिलियर टू अस, फैमिलियर. We know that this type of income or this amount of income we are going to get in this month or every month. So receipts are of two types, or revenue are of two types: capital receipts and revenue receipts. Capital receipts are irregular in nature, means not regular in nature. This type of income is totally unknown to us, totally unfamiliar to us. For example, sale of fixed asset. Sale of fixed asset. Sale of fixed, whenever we are selling our fixed assets we are purchasing for a longer period. For example, machinery, furniture, office equipments, shop, these type of fixed assets we are purchasing for a longer period. But sometimes we have to sell these assets due to any emergency, due to any problem. So when we are selling these shop or furniture or machinery, we will get cash. That type of receipt is called capital receipts. Sale of fixed asset is the example. So capital receipts and revenue receipts is completed. Next one is expenses. Expenses means money spent on production. Money is spent on, next topic is expense. Money is spent on production, distribution and selling of goods. Money spent on production or distribution of goods and selling of goods is called expense. जो भी पैसे हम वस्तु के प्रोडक्शन में, उसके डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मतलब मार्केट में इसको पहुंचाने में जो भी मोड्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन हम यूज़ करते हैं उस पर एक्सपेंस होते हैं, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हम डिफरेंट वे में करते हैं. समटाइम्स वी आर टेकिंग रोडवेज, एयरवेज, waterways, different types of modes we are selecting for the distribution of our goods into the market and selling of goods. और वस्तु बेचने के लिए जो भी हमारे खर्च होते हैं पैसे, that expense, that money spent is called expense. Now expense is also of two types. So money spent on production, distribution and selling of goods is called expense. वस्तु प्रोडक्शन करने में, उसे कंज्यूमर तक पहुंचाने में और साथ ही साथ बेचने में जो भी खर्चे आते हैं, बेचने का मतलब है जैसे बेचने के लिए ऐड करना, एडवर्टीजमेंट, वो खर्चा है, एक्सपेंस है, जो भी पैसे हम खर्च कर रहे हैं दैट इज कॉल्ड एक्सपेंस. सो एक्सपेंस इज ऑल्सो ऑफ टू टाइप्स. Expense is also of two types. Capital expense and revenue expense. Capital expense, revenue expense. Again same definition. Capital expense are those expense which are not regular in nature. Which are not regular in nature, whereas revenue expense are those expense which are regular in nature. Which are regular in nature. Now, in order to explain capital expenditure and revenue expenditure, we will take the expenses of a family. एक परिवार है, कुछ खर्चे उनके ऐसे होते हैं जो रेगुलर बेसिस पे होते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल दर महीने या दर 2 महीने में हमें पेमेंट करना ही पड़ता है. रेगुलर का मतलब इट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी दैट सच एक्सपेंस आर पेड एवरी मंथ. अगर हम कोई पेमेंट हर 2 महीने में या 3 महीने में करते हैं तो हर 2-3 महीने में वो पेमेंट हमें करना पड़ता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल आफ्टर एवरी 2 months वी हैव टू पे, मीन्स रेगुलर इन नेचर. वाटर बिल, जो पानी है उसका भी बिल आता है, वो भी हमें पे करना होता है. दीज आर रेगुलर इन नेचर. देन नेसेसरी गुड्स, जो भी हमारे नेसेसरी गुड्स है, राशन आइटम्स, राइस, वीट, सॉल्ट, अदर नेसेसरी आइटम्स, उन पे हमें पैसे खर्च करने ही पड़ते. अगर ट्रीटमेंट है किसी का रेगुलर बेसिस पे चल रहा हो तो मनी वी हैव टू स्पेंड ऑन द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ दैट मेंबर. दीज आर ऑल रेगुलर इन नेचर. दिस अबाउट फैमिली. और उसी फैमिली में विच टाइप ऑफ एक्सपेंसेस आर कॉल्ड कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी है जो हम रेगुलर बेसिस पे नहीं करते खर्चे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस मंथ वी हैव परचेज LED TV फॉर 40,000 रुपीज़. ये आपने इस महीने खर्च किया, ऐसा नहीं है कि हर 2 या 3 महीने में आप टीवी परचेज करते रहेंगे. दिस इज इरेगुलर इन नेचर. दिस टाइप ऑफ एक्सपेंस इज इरेगुलर इन नेचर. सपोज AC परचेज किए 30,000 का, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि हर 2 महीने या हर 3 महीने या हर 6 महीने में आप AC परचेज करते रहेंगे. तो इस पे जो पैसे आपके खर्च हुए हैं दैट इज irregular in nature. So when nature of expense is irregular, means not regular, that type of expenditure is called capital expenditure. Or generally capital expenditure means when we are purchasing assets, in purchase of assets. Now these are the examples related with family. Now examples related with business. First of all, capital expenditure. Once again, capital expenditures are those expenditures which are not regular in nature. जो हम regular basis पे खर्चे नहीं करते, that is called capital expenditure. For example, same example, purchase of fixed assets. Purchase of fixed assets. For example, machinery, building. Here building means it may be shop or office. These are the example. Machinery, building, vehicle for business purpose. Suppose in vehicle we have purchased bike for business purpose. तो ये सब चीज़ें हैं फिक्स्ड एसेट्स है. ये हम जब खरीदते हैं अपने बिजनेस के लिए तो ऐसा नहीं है कि दर महीने खरीदते हैं. मशीनरी वी हैव परचेस्ड फॉर प्रोडक्शन पर्पस, तो दर महीने हम ये मशीनरी हम खरीदेंगे नहीं, या हर 6 महीने में नहीं खरीदेंगे. जब कभी ये खराब होगी, whenever it becomes outdated, out of fashion, then we will purchase new machinery. या नई टेक्नोलॉजी आ जाए, then we will replace this machinery with the new technology. बट ऐसा फिक्स नहीं है कि हर महीने हमें मशीनरी खरीदना है. सिमिलरली जो हमने शॉप अपने बिजनेस के लिए परचेज की है, वी विल नॉट परचेज शॉप ऑन रेगुलर बेसिस, हर महीने हम शॉप नहीं खरीदेंगे. दैट्स वाई अमाउंट स्पेंड ऑन दिस टाइप ऑफ एसेट्स इज कॉल्ड कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर बिकॉज नेचर इज इरेगुलर, means not regular in nature. Such type of means expenditure on such type of assets is not regular in nature. That's why such type of expense is called capital expenditure. Purchase of fixed assets, repayment of loan, repayment of loan. Another example, repayment of loan. जो भी पैसे आपने बैंक से लोन लिया है उसकी आप रीपेमेंट कर रहे हैं. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको पूरी ज़िंदगी पेमेंट करते रहने का. जितने टाइम पीरियड तक जब भी आपने पैसे सपोज 5 लाख रुपए लिए हैं फॉर 5 ईयर्स, तो आफ्टर कंप्लीशन ऑफ 5 ईयर्स यू विल रीपे द अमाउंट. दैट्स इट, मीन्स कंप्लीटेड, लोन इज कंप्लीटेड. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बार पेमेंट कर दिया है फिर बार बार आपको पेमेंट करने का है. तो सच टाइप ऑफ एक्सपेंडिचर, दिस इज ऑल्सो एक्सपेंडिचर. रीपेमेंट मीन्स कैश इज गोइंग आउट ऑफ द बिजनेस. That's why it is also known as capital expenditure because nature is irregular. The purchase of fixed assets, repayment of loan or liabilities we can say. These are the examples of capital expenditure. Now, revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure once again, expenditure which are regular in nature. That is called revenue expenditure. For example, purchase of raw material. Purchase of raw material. जो भी हम वस्तु, जिस वस्तु का हम प्रोडक्शन कर रहे हैं, फॉर दैट गुड्स वी नीड टू परचेज रॉ मटेरियल. तो वो हमें कंटिन्यूस बेसिस पे खरीदना पड़ेगा. रॉ मटेरियल खरीदना है, देन इट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू फिनिश गुड्स. अगेन वी विल परचेज रॉ मटेरियल, देन इट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू फिनिश गुड्स. तो दिस टाइप ऑफ एक्टिविटीज आर रिपीटेड अगेन एंड अगेन. ये हमें बार बार खरीदना पड़ेगा फॉर प्रोडक्शन. तो परचेज करने से क्या होता है, हमें वी हैव टू स्पेंड मनी. And spending of money on the purchase of raw material is called revenue expense because that is regular in nature. Purchase of raw material. Then second, again same, electricity bill. Electricity bill. After every 2 months or 1 month, we have to pay electricity bill on a regular basis. जब तक हम वहाँ बिजनेस कर रहे हैं उस प्लेस पे, मीन्स फार्म, उस शॉप पे, till then we have to pay electricity bill. So electricity bill is paid on regular basis. That's why it is called revenue expense. Third, payment of salary to employees. Salary to employees. For example, आपने बिजनेस में 3 या 4 एम्प्लॉयज़ रखे हुए, अकाउंटेंट, कंप्यूटर ऑपरेटर, 2 या 3 एम्प्लॉयज़ रखे हुए, तो रेगुलर आपको उनकी पेमेंट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सैलरी यू हैव टू मेक ऑन अ रेगुलर बेसिस. ऐसा नहीं है कि इस महीने सैलरी दी फिर 6 महीने सैलरी नहीं देंगे. दर महीने यू हैव टू मेक पेमेंट टू दोज एम्प्लॉयज़ हु आर प्रोवाइडिंग सर्विसेज टू द बिजनेस यूनिट. तो सच टाइप ऑफ एक्सपेंस आर रेगुलर इन नेचर. दैट्स वाई इट इज कॉल्ड रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंस. सो एक्सपेंस इज ऑफ 2 टाइप्स, कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर और कैपिटल एक्सपेंसेस, रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर और रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंसेस. कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर ये वो खर्चे हैं जो हमें मालूम नहीं है, अननोन है, कभी हो जाते हैं, बहुत टाइम के बाद होते हैं, रेगुलर बेसिस पे नहीं होते. बस जो रेगुलर बेसिस पे एक्सपेंडिचर नहीं होंगे, जिनके बारे में हमें मालूम नहीं है, कभी अचानक ये खर्चे हो जाते हैं, इनकी जरूरत पड़ जाती है. सच टाइप ऑफ एक्सपेंसेस, सच टाइप ऑफ खर्चे इज नोन एज कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर, which are not regular in nature or irregular, which are unknown to us, which are not familiar to us. Such type of expenditure is called capital expenditure. And revenue expenditure are those expenditure which are regular in nature, which are known to us. हमें मालूम है इसके बारे में, ये खर्चा हमें करना ही करना है. अगर हमने लोन लिया है तो दर महीने उसका ब्याज देना है, तो इंटरेस्ट इज रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. इंटरेस्ट पेड ऑन लोन इज रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. जब तक वो लोन हमारे ऊपर है 5 लाख का, हमें दर महीने जो भी हमारा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, अगर 2 महीने की बात की तो 2 महीने बाद, 3 महीने की बात की तो 3 महीने बाद, आफ्टर एवरी 3 मंथ्स और आफ्टर एवरी 6 मंथ्स वी हैव टू पे इंटरेस्ट. मीन्स सच इंटरेस्ट आर रेगुलर इन नेचर. परचेज ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल, in order to produce finished goods we have to purchase raw material on regular basis. Means purchase of raw material or amount spent on purchase of raw material is called revenue expense because they are regular in nature. Electricity bill we have to make payment to GB office, so such type of payment is also known as revenue expenditure because they are regular in nature. And last one is payment of salary to employees or laborers. So these are all regular in nature, that's why revenue expense it is called. So receipt means income we have done, expenses, two types of expenses, capital expense, revenue expense we have done. Now new term is depreciation. Depreciation. Depreciation is also known as consumption of fixed capital. Consumption of fixed capital. That is not given in your textbook. ये आपके textbook में term given नहीं है. But for your knowledge, I am telling you, depreciation is also known as consumption of fixed capital. Now, what is depreciation? Decrease in the value of fixed asset. Fixed asset is called depreciation. Decrease in the value of fixed asset, or you can add also fixed asset at a certain rate. Certain rate. Here rate means percentage. Decrease in the in simple language, decrease in the value of fixed asset is called depreciation. In other way, decrease in the value of fixed asset at a certain rate is called depreciation. कोई भी fixed asset जिसका भाव कम हो जाए उसको हम depreciation बोलते हैं. एक fixed percentage हम decide करते हैं, उस fixed percentage में we are reducing the value of assets. Why we are reducing the value of assets, or why depreciation is charged, or why the value of fixed asset decreases? That is first point, due to wear and tear. Wear and tear. Now these points are not given in your textbook. Only for your knowledge I am explaining. Wear, W-E-A-R, wear, T-E-A-R, wear, tear. Wear and tear means with the passage of time. With the passage of time, when we are using any asset, new asset, it becomes old, and as a result what happens, its value reduces. समय के साथ साथ जैसे for example you purchase a new mobile, और वो आप जैसे जैसे यूज करते हैं, समय बीतने के साथ साथ उसकी वैल्यू क्या होगी, ऑटोमेटिकली डिक्रीजेस. दैट इज कॉल्ड वियर एंड टियर. जैसे हम शर्ट्स, रेडीमेड गारमेंट्स परचेज करते हैं, उसके हिसाब से ये नाम रखा गया है वियर एंड टियर. हम जैसे शर्ट्स है, ट्राउजर्स है, वो पहनते हैं, उसके बाद वो खत्म हो जाते हैं आफ्टर 1 year, आफ्टर 6 months, आफ्टर 3 months. Wear and tear. In the same way, when we are purchasing any fixed asset, machinery, mobile, computer, so with the passage of time, समय बीतने के साथ साथ जैसे जैसे हम उसको यूज करते हैं, its value reduces, its value decreases. That decreased value is called depreciation. Second, obsolescence. Obsolescence means outdated. And outdated means, suppose business unit has purchased a machinery of 3 lakh rupees. Now after 1 year, new technology is introduced in the market for such type of machinery. इसी टाइप की मशीनरी के लिए जैसे हम ये पहले ऑपरेट करते थे, अब यही मशीनरी नए टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ मार्केट में इंट्रोड्यूस होती है. देन व्हाट हैपेंस, वी हैव टू रिप्लेस दिस ओल्ड मशीनरी विद द न्यू वन. या रिप्लेस करना है, आप अभी रिप्लेस की बात नहीं करते. अगर न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी की मशीनरी आ जाती है तो क्या होगा, द वैल्यू ऑफ ओल्ड मशीनरी रिड्यूस. जैसे मोबाइल्स में होते हैं, डेली के डेली नए फंक्शंस के मोबाइल आते हैं, तो जैसे नए फंक्शन के मोबाइल आते हैं, ऑटोमेटिकली द वैल्यू ऑफ ओल्ड मोबाइल reduces. That is called depreciation. That is called obsolescence. Outdated. Once any asset becomes outdated, means whenever any assets introduced with a new technology in the market, the assets with the old technology, its value reduces. That reduced value is called depreciation. Third one is accidental loss. Accidental loss. Accidental loss means Suppose one person has purchased a car, new car of 5 lakh rupees. Right now its value is 5 lakh. Or after 5 days he met with an accident. Then what happens? The value of car reduced. Suppose now value of car is 3 lakh. So directly it reduces by 2 lakh rupees. This reduced value 2 lakh rupees is the depreciation. So depreciation means decrease in the value of fixed asset, and fixed assets value decreases due to many reasons, and these reasons are wear and tear, obsolescence, accidental loss. आपने एक मोबाइल परचेज किया नया और गलत तरीके से हैंडलिंग करके वो गिरा दिए नीचे, तो अभी उसकी वैल्यू 16,000 है, गिरने की वजह से, क्रैक होने की वजह से अब उसकी वैल्यू थोड़ी डाउन हो जाएगी, सपोज 13,000 हो जाती है ड्यू टू बैड हैंडलिंग, ड्यू टू एक्सीडेंटल लॉस. तो वैल्यू रिड्यूस्ड बाई 3,000. अगर आप उसी टाइम किसी को बेचना चाहे तो आपको नया उसी ज़्यादा भाव नहीं देंगे, थोड़ा प्राइस कम करके देंगे, बिकॉज इट वॉज डैमेज्ड. So due to accidental loss, due to outdated or obsolescence, or due to wear and tear, means with the passage of time, we are using the machinery, with the passage of time its value reduces. So decrease in the value of fixed asset is called depreciation. Now why depreciation, why value of fixed asset decreases, I have told you. Now second point for depreciation is it is a loss for the business unit, because all types of expense losses we have to see from the business point of view. For business it is a loss, but which type of loss? It is non-cash expense. Non-cash expense. Whenever, why we have written it is non-cash expense, second point regarding depreciation, why it is non-cash expense? Whenever, suppose whenever value of machinery, now we are assuming that value of machinery is 5 lakh. Now with the passage of time, after few months its value becomes 4,95,000 after 3 or 4 months. Why? With the passage of time we are using this machinery, that's why after few months its value reduced by 5,000. Now machine becomes of 4,95,000. So whenever value of machinery reduces, value of fixed asset reduces, it is a loss for the business unit, 5,000. But we are not required to make payment of 5,000 to anybody else. हमें ये 5,000 रुपये किसी को देने नहीं है. This is a loss. This is an expense, but non-cash. We are not required to make payment to anybody. Non-cash expense, in simple language, we can say this is a loss. What is the difference between expense and loss? In case of only expense, what is the difference between expense and loss? In expense, we have to make payment. Means our cash is going out of our business. That is called expense. Now, what about loss? In loss, we are incurring loss, but we are not required to make payment to anybody else. So here cash is going out of the business, but here loss incurred to business, but not required to make payment to anybody else. यहाँ आपको पैसे पेमेंट नहीं करना पड़ता किसी को, बट नुकसान तो हो रहा है बिजनेस में. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपके पास कोई मशीनरी है 5 लाख की और आप उसको बेचते हैं 4,95,000 में. नॉट डेप्रिसिएशन, वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट डेप्रिसिएशन. आपने कम भाव में बेचा है. जो जिस मशीन की वैल्यू आपके लिए 5 लाख की थी, आप उसको, या आप अपना एग्जांपल लेते हैं मोबाइल, आपके पास मोबाइल है, आपने डिसाइड किया हुआ है कि आई हैव टू सेल दिस मोबाइल एट ₹5,000, मतलब आपके लिए उसकी वैल्यू 5,000 है, बट एट द टाइम ऑफ सेलिंग यू आर सेलिंग एट ₹4,500. अभी आपके हिसाब से उसकी वैल्यू 5,000 थी, लेकिन आपने बेचा उसको 4,500 में, तो देयर इज लॉस ऑफ 500. बट you are not required to make payment of this 500 to anybody else. That's why it is called non-cash expense. Means loss is known as non-cash expense. In the same way, depreciation is also a non-cash expense. So these are the two important sentences regarding depreciation. Depreciation is a loss. In simple language, it is a loss for the business unit, and loss means non-cash expense. Depreciation is completed. Next topic. Next topic is solvent. Solvent means we are using this word that this person is solvent, this person is insolvent. What is the meaning of solvent? Solvent means when business unit, here business unit means जो owner है, जिसका वो business है, that is called business unit. यहाँ पे business कर रहे हैं firm. When business unit have assets more than their liabilities, more than their liabilities. When business unit have assets more than their liabilities. अब पहले आपको ये जानना होगा once again what is the meaning of liability. Liability means उधार, जो पैसे हमें वापस करने हैं कभी न कभी. कुछ पैसे हमें अगले महीने वापस करने हैं, कुछ पैसे नेक्स्ट टू नेक्स्ट मंथ वापस करने हैं, कुछ पैसे हमें अगले साल वापस करने हैं, बट वी हैव टू पे इन फ्यूचर. दैट इज कॉल्ड लाइबिलिटीज. अगर हमारे उधार, हमारे कर्ज से ज़्यादा हमारे पास एसेट हो, इट मीन्स व्हेन एसेट्स आर more than our liabilities, it shows that our financial position is good. Our financial position is good. Now our financial position is good means not strong. When asset is more than liabilities, we can say that our financial position is okay or good. We cannot say that our financial position is strong. Strong भी हो सकता है, I am not saying, but good का मतलब इधर है कि very easily we can pay our liabilities. जब भी आपके पास assets ज़्यादा हो और liabilities आपकी कम हो, तो you are in a position to pay the liabilities. It means that person, that business unit, that firm is solvent. Whenever business units are in a position to pay the liabilities easily out of their assets, then we can say that they are solvent. मतलब आपके ऊपर लाइबिलिटीज, जितना भी कर्ज है उससे ज़्यादा की प्रॉपर्टी आपके पास है, उससे ज़्यादा के एसेट्स है. मतलब अगर लाइबिलिटीज आप पेमेंट कर रहे हैं इन ईजी वे, यू आर एबल टू पे द लाइबिलिटीज. व्हेन यू आर एबल टू पे द लाइबिलिटीज, देन वी कैन से दैट पर्सन इज सॉल्वेंट. एंड रिवर्स ऑफ दैट, इनसॉल्वेंट. जब आप बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते हैं तो ऑटोमेटिकली यू हैव सम एसेट्स एंड सम लाइबिलिटीज. बट व्हेन यू आर डूइंग योर बिजनेस not in a proper way, means your management is not good, then what happens in future, your liabilities becomes more than your assets. जो आपके कर्ज है, जो आपके उधार है, वो आपकी प्रॉपर्टी, टोटल प्रॉपर्टी से ज़्यादा हो जाती है. Then what happens? It means you are not in a position, to pay the liability out of your property. अगर आप अपनी प्रॉपर्टी बेचे भी सारे बिजनेस की यूनिट्स की, then also you are not able to pay the, for example आपके ऊपर लाइबिलिटीज है 7 लाख रुपीज़ और आपकी टोटल जो बिजनेस यूनिट से प्रॉपर्टी है, दुकान है, मशीन है, जो भी एसेट्स है जो बेच सकते हैं, कैश जो अवेलेबल है आपके पास, वो सब मिला के 5 लाख रुपए है. इट मीन्स यू आर नॉट इन अ पोजिशन टू पे द लाइबिलिटीज. In this condition we can say that particular business unit or particular person is insolvent. I mean the situation when business units or owner is able to pay the liability, then we can say that he or she is solvent. Means in that condition asset remains always more than liabilities. That's why he is able to pay the liability. But when he is not in a position to pay the liability, means his or her liabilities becomes more than asset, then we can say that person or business unit is insolvent. And in business, insolvency is always declared by court. When court will declare that this person has become insolvent, it means now this firm is not in a position to pay the liability. Then his property will be sold out and whatever liabilities are there, it will be paid out. So solvent and insolvent. Solvent and insolvent depends on situation. When business units are able to pay the liabilities very easily out of their assets, then we can say that person or business unit is solvent. When they are not able to pay the liabilities out of their assets, then we can say that person or business unit is insolvent. And last term for today, new term, bad debts. BAD, bad debts. Bad debts. Suppose, first of all, definition, bad debts is the amount which business units are not going to receive in future. They have to receive that amount, but now it is clear that they will not receive that amount in future. That amount becomes bad debts. It is a loss for the company or business unit. Bad debts is a loss. अब इसको I will try to explain through an example. Suppose This is owner A, and this owner means A has sold goods on credit to different customers X, Y, Z. These are customers. To on credit they have sold to X. They have sold goods of rupees 3,000 on credit udhar pe. Now Y, they have sold to Y goods of rupees 4,000 on credit, and to Z they have sold goods of rupees 5,000 on credit. So total they have sold goods on credit of rupees 12,000 to different customers. Now among these customers, suppose Y become financially weak. Financially weak, किसी भी कारण से Y जो है वो फाइनेंशियली वीक हो जाए. मीन्स फाइनेंशियल वीक मीन्स कुछ कंडीशन ऐसी आ गई है, जॉब छूट गया हो या कुछ ऐसा कि वो ही इज़ नॉट इन अ पोजिशन टू रिटर्न द अमाउंट. देन व्हाट हैपेंस, ए हैज़ टू लीव द होप. जो उम्मीद है, जो आशा है कि इससे पैसे मिल जाएंगे, जब आपकी वो उम्मीद, जो होप है, इट विल वैनिश्ड, ख़त्म हो जाए, देन वी हैव टू एज्यूम दैट दिस अमाउंट इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू रिसीव फ्रॉम वाई इन फ्यूचर. मतलब भविष्य में वाई से ये पैसे नहीं मिलने वाले. जब ये क्लियर हो जाए आपको, आपकी उम्मीद ख़त्म हो जाए, देन ऑटोमेटिकली दिस 4,000 बिकम्स बैड डेट्स. वो पैसे आपको नहीं मिलने वाले. जब पूरी तरह से कंफर्म हो जाता है कि ये पैसा जो आने का था फ्यूचर में अब नहीं मिलेगा, तो उसको हम बोलते हैं बैड डेट्स. इट मीन्स इट इज़ अ लॉस. जो पैसा हमारा 12,000 रुपये आना था, अब ये पैसे, ये अमाउंट हमारे पास नहीं आएंगे. ओनली वी विल गेट 5 + 3 8,000. सो इट मीन्स 4,000 बिकम्स लॉस. तो व्हेन बैड डेट्स बिकम्स, whenever bad debts occurs when a person become insolvent. Now why become insolvent? Now you know the meaning of insolvent. Insolvent means he is not in a position to pay the liability. So when Y is not able to pay the liabilities, or he becomes financially weak in order to pay the liabilities, in that case A has to give up the hope to receive this amount. उसको वो hope, वो उम्मीद जो है पैसे मिलने की, वो छोड़नी पड़ेगी. जब वो छोड़ देते हैं आफ्टर अ टाइम पीरियड, फॉर एग्जाम्पल 6 महीने तक ही हैज़ वेटेड फॉर वाई कि ही विल गिव मनी, ही विल गिव मनी. 6 महीने के बाद व्हेन इट इज़ क्लियर दैट वाई कैन नॉट पे मनी, नहीं पेमेंट कर सकते, तो आई हैव टू मीन्स ए हैज़ टू गिव अप द होप. पूरी तरह से वो होप, वो उम्मीद ख़त्म करनी होगी कि हमें ये पैसा मिलेगा. जब हमने ये उम्मीद ख़त्म कर दी तो इट बिकम्स अ लॉस फॉर द बिजनेस यूनिट. दैट लॉस इज़ नोन एज बैड डेट्स. तो जब पैसा हमारा डूब जाए का मतलब है बिल्कुल ख़त्म हो जाए, मिलने का उम्मीद जब ख़त्म हो जाए, तो वो पैसे जो है उसको हम बैड डेट्स बोलते हैं. एंड इट इज़ लॉस फॉर द बिजनेस यूनिट. नाउ इन नेक्स्ट लेक्चर वी विल ट्राई टू क्लियर 2 or 3 न्यू टर्म्स, देन वी विल ट्राई टू स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चंस. नहीं तो कंटिन्यूसली अगर हम थ्योरी पोर्शन स्टार्ट रखेंगे तो यू विल गेट बोर्ड. So first of all, few important terms which are mostly used in practical questions I am trying to explain, and in next lecture we will try to start practical questions. And practical questions, first of all, practical question starts from journal entry. Now what is journal entry? We will explain in next lecture. Till then, goodbye.